All of us have heard about the famous temple in Vrindavan, Baanke Bihari. A lot of people from Delhi and all the other places who visit Vrindavan invariably visit this Banke Bihari temple. This is a very nice pastime associated with Banke Bihari. Most of you have noticed that when you go to the temple, the pujaris, they open the curtain and in no time, again it's very unpredictable, they'll close the curtain. Again they'll open the curtain, maybe you're just having a darshan offering, again the curtain will close. So once I visited this temple and I was wondering, why is it so? Generally the temples have time for opening, and once the temple opens for a certain duration, yes, the altar is open. And yes, there are times when the bhoga is offered or the alankara is happening and the altar is closed. But here it is, on a regular basis, the altar is getting closed, opened, closed, opened. So I got to know this wonderful Leela of the Lord, because of which for the last 200 years, this pratha, this system is being followed. It seems the queens of Karoli is a place very close to Vrindavan in Rajasthan. The queens were great devotees of Lord Shri Krishna. And in those days, it was not like present time where you can take a Ola or Uber and you can travel far off distances, or maybe you can have your own car and vehicles. So the queens would come in caravans, in palanquins, by foot, walking, all the way from Karoli to Vrindavan. And since they were great devotees of the Lord, they would come quite often, especially on the Purnima days. One such time, it so happened that the queens had come from Karoli to Vrindavan, and in Banke Bihari temple they were offering very intense prayers with a lot of feelings, with a lot of emotions, seeing Lord eye to eye. And the prayer was, "O Lord, every time we come and offer our prayers, we cherish the beautiful darshan. Alas, it would be so nice if you could come to Karoli. Every day we could have your darshan. Here we have to anxiously wait for months together at times to have your darshan. What great fortune would be if you are there in Karoli every day, every moment we can have your darshan." So the Lord was very much moved by their devotion, by their love, by their so-called prayers. So the Lord told the queen, as we all know, the Lord is bhakta vatsala. He is very, very dear to his devotees. He is very fond of his devotees. He loves his devotees. So the Lord told the queens, "If you want so, if you are pleading so intensely, I will come. I will come." So the queens were very, very excited, ecstatic, hearing that the Lord is going to come. And the queens started moving back to Karoli, and Krishna told the queens, "I will be walking behind you. I will come to Karoli." Krishna agreed to come to Karoli with them. So the queens were so excited, they went to the kings who were also there with them on that particular day and told that Krishna has agreed to come with us to Karoli. We are so blessed, we are so fortunate. And when the queens actually turned back and they saw actually Krishna walking behind them towards Karoli. But when the queens told the king, and the kings thought, these queens are very sentimental, after all, they're women and very emotional. And out of emotions they talk, how can the deity, how can Banke Bihariji come to Karoli? How can he walk? After all, he's a deity made of stone. So when the king said, "No, Krishna is coming. Krishna is coming. You can see for yourself." So when the kings turned and saw, there was no Krishna. And when the queens turned and saw, the Krishna was there. And finally, when they reached Karoli, they found, including the kings, they found that Krishna has also reached Karoli. Srila Prabhupada says, for a person who is stone-hearted, his heart is like a stone, Krishna is stone. For a stone-hearted person, Krishna is like a stone. That's why many people say, why are you worshipping statues? Why are you worshipping idols? Because they actually see it's stone, and the Kabir's doha, patthar puje Hare mile to main puju pahad. But for devotees who have an understanding that Lord is omnipotent, He can manifest in the form of His Archa Vigraha, in the form of His deity, and the deity and the Lord are non-different. They have that faith. They have nurtured that faith, that conviction that Lord is there. I am serving my Lord in that form. It's a great opportunity for me to render service to the Lord, to have darshan of the Lord. So king and the queens, they received the Lord in Karoli, and they made elaborate arrangements for worshipping the Lord and receiving the Lord, and all the residents of Karoli, they all gathered. Abhisheka was done, and the worship was done very gorgeously. The Lord was received. And then the Lord decided to go back. Just like, we go to some place for 1 day, 2 days, we are received well, and then you come back. And all the queens and all the residents of Karoli fell at the feet of the Lord. He says, no, you have come all the way from Vrindavan. We will not let you go. We want you to be with us. Just like you are so magnanimous and you're giving darshan every day to the Vrajavasis, to the residents of Vrindavan, why not us? How can you deprive us of that opportunity? We will not let you go. So they fell at the feet of the Lord and started begging and pleading that we will not let you go. So the Lord decided, okay, my devotees are so much insisting, He decided to stay back. Now when the news reached, when the Vrajavasis, when the Vrindavan Vasis got to know the Lord is not there, so they became completely, quote unquote, in transcendental anxiety. Every emotion which we go through has a pure form in the spiritual world. Anger also has a place in the spiritual world. Even the gopis, when Krishna would go to the forest, gopis would be anxious about the Lord. What we see, the emotions in this material world, is a perverted reflection of the pure emotions what are there in the spiritual world. So Vrajavasis became anxious about the Lord and started frantically searching for the Lord, and finally they got to know that Lord has reached Karoli, and searching for the Lord, to get the Lord back to Vrindavan, they also reached, all the Vrajavasis, huge numbers, they also came to Karoli and started begging and requesting the Lord to come back to Vrindavan. Without you, we cannot stay. We cannot live. Now the Lord is in dilemma. And the queens and the king of Karoli, they requested the Vrajavasis, yes, Vrindavan is Dham of the Lord, but why don't for few months you all stay here? We'll make elaborate arrangements for your stay. Why don't we together worship the Lord here, and we'll make your stay very comfortable so that we can also have nice, wonderful darshan of the Lord every day. So the Vrajavasis, again, devotees are not selfish, agreed for that proposal. Elaborate arrangements were made for their comfortable stay, and they all cherished the wonderful darshan of the Lord daily. But the Vrajavasis very soon started, although the Lord was there, but very soon they started missing Vrindavan. For the Vrajavasis, Vrindavan is very, very dear to their heart. In fact, Krishna also, they say Krishna does not leave Vrindavan. So the Vrajavasis, they started missing Vrindavan and started begging the Lord, pleading the Lord, please come back to Vrindavan. We want to see you in Vrindavan. We want to serve you, play with you, dance with you in Vrindavan. The gopis and the Vrajavasis. So finally, one night, because if in the daytime taking their permission, they will not let them go, the Karoli Vasis, the residents of Karoli. So the dead of night, without informing everyone, Krishna stepped out of Karoli and started moving towards Vrindavan. Morning, when the residents got up and they realized that Krishna is not there, they became very much anxious and they started looking for Krishna. In fact, the king sent his armies in all directions looking, find where Krishna is. Finally, they intercepted Krishna in a place very close to Bharatpur, because Bharatpur is on the way when you go from Karoli to Vrindavan. So they intercepted Krishna and they almost captured him, and they were trying to bring him back to Karoli, when the kings of Bharatpur are also great devotees of Lord, were devotees of Lord. So there was a fight between the armies of the kings of Bharatpur and Karoli, and finally the Lord reached Vrindavan. This was around, so from last 200 years, the Sevakartas of the Lord in the temple, they are always anxious that if some devotee comes, sees the Lord eye to eye, pleads and begs the Lord to come with them, the Lord may even leave them and go away. So in that anxiety, so that the Lord may not leave and go, they always close the curtain that if a person is praying, he is already offering his prayer, there is a relationship, the bond getting established. Before it gets become so intense, the curtain is closed. So just like the queens of Karoli had so much faith in the Lord, so much love, so much devotion to the Lord, compared to that, we don't have that devotion, we don't have that love, we don't have that faith. This faith can be cultivated, can be nurtured. In fact, the stages of growth of bhakti, one of the stages is called nishtha. Nishtha means firm faith. Avashye rakshibi Krishna e vishwasa palana. That faith, that conviction that Lord is my protector, Lord will take care of me. Even if I am going through some problems, even if I am going through some difficulties, Maro bhi rakho bhi jo ichho tumhara. Since you are my Lord unconditionally, whether you protect me or you kill me, you are my Lord unconditionally. This is a prayer of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the devotees have so much faith in the Lord. They have that conviction that Lord will surely protect. Even Prahlad Maharaj, when he was thrown in a pit of snakes, he didn't plead the Lord for protection. He had that conviction, that faith that Lord will surely protect.